get started here doing our tofu Buddha bowl. We are coming from Foothill Ranch Hogue, the lifestyle program. My name is Mona, and I'm the registered dietitian of the program here. And every Friday I do a cooking demo, and so I'm glad you are joining. If you are here, say hello. We are making today the tofu Buddha bowl. So what is a Buddha bowl? So first of all, Buddha bowl is a vegetarian meal usually served in a single bowl or a rimmed plate. And it consists of different foods in small amounts, including whole grains, a plant-based protein, either chickpeas or tofu, vegetables, raw or cooked, both, beans. You can also top it with nuts and seeds and dressing for extra texture and flavor. And the base is usually a green. Today I'll be using some organic spinach, but you can also use arugula, whatever greens you like. You can also add sprouted greens, cabbage, other vegetables. So we are doing tofu. So if you haven't ever cooked with tofu, it's a good thing you're joining me today because we'll talk a little bit about tofu. So what I did, tofu is a bean curd. So it's coagulated soy milk, and you can buy different types. And this is the one I bought. It's sprouted. And so the sprouted tofu may be a little bit easier to digest for some people. What the tofu is, right, high protein, a vegetarian source of protein, high in calcium and iron, so excellent sources, and about a half a cup you get 10 grams of protein. So good way to get, remove some animal products and put in some more plant-based dishes in your menu. So we'll be cooking with tofu today. And there are some things you need to do to prep your tofu. So it comes in blocks. And you absolutely want to look for the non-GMO when you're buying tofu. And for cooking these types of dishes, you want to buy the extra firm. You can buy the soft tofu if you want to blend it up in like a smoothie or use it in desserts and custards and puddings. So there's so many ways to use tofu. So it's soft, you can see, and it has the liquid. It's been sitting in water. So we want to get that water out. So what you want to do for about 10-15 minutes is you want to smash it with some pressure. You don't need anything special in the kitchen for that. Usually put something heavy on here, and so it can push it down for about 10-15 minutes. So it could just be anything you have, stack of books. So you just put something really heavy on it. And so it's going to stay smashed for about 10-15 minutes, and then you're ready to use it. And so tofu will take the flavor, like it has no flavor. It's pretty bland. I did smash it a little too hard, but you don't want to smash it too hard because then it crumbles. But you get the point. You just want to smash it, get the water out. And whatever spices you use or marinades, it's going to take the flavor of that. So once you have the liquid out of your tofu, you would cut it in chunks. And then in this recipe, you're going to use some sesame oil in a pan. You can do it also in the oven, and you're going to cook your tofu until it's brown and crispy. If you have an air fryer, you can also cook it in there. It's so simple. So quick and easy. In this recipe, we use the sheet pan. You get a couple sheet pans. Line it with your parsnip paper for easy cleanup. And you're going to take all your vegetables and cook them in the oven. And you set the oven at 350. And you would cut up all your vegetables. And so in this recipe, there was bell peppers, and there's sweet potato, and broccoli. So what I did, and I've already done it ahead of time, I'm just going to show you how we're going to put this meal together. We cut up bell peppers, we cut up all the vegetables, we laid it on a sheet pan. It cooked in the oven till it was like nice and roasted and cooked at 350. And usually it takes about 45 minutes. We also put the tofu on a pan. You can also, in a sheet pan. You can also cook the tofu just on a pan on the stove top if you like, or an air fryer, like I said. So once everything is cooked on your sheet pan, you would assemble your Buddha bowl. And so the nice thing about Buddha bowls is you can prep all the vegetables on one day, let's say on Sunday's your day off, and then you would have tons of sheet pan vegetables and tofu that you can create some lunches or dinners and just throwing it in a bowl without having to cook or prep anything. So it's a really good way to have some healthy meals on hand, and you can just add whatever vegetable you like. That's the nice thing about Buddha bowls, is there's so many varieties, and you use what you have or what you feel like using, whatever flavor and seeds and nuts you want to use. So that is the beauty of a Buddha bowl. So we're going to go ahead and put this together. So the base of mine is, I chose organic spinach. So you would take your bowl and you put some couple handfuls, whatever you want. More the better. Okay, and then the whole grain I chose to use today was a quinoa rice mixture, but you can use just a quinoa, triple color quinoa, brown rice, whatever whole grain you would like. And I just love using quinoa because it has a higher protein content than rice. It's gluten-free, so if you need a gluten-free diet, use your quinoa. So I prepped a big pot of quinoa. You can do it on your stovetop or an Instapot. So we're going to put our whole grain here. So this is going to give us the carbohydrates, protein. Okay, so this is the fun part, is the assembly part. So our next item is going to be broccoli. So I roasted broccoli up. See, they're very, very toasty. Okay, so you just assemble your bowl. Our next is our red bell peppers. And these are very high in vitamin C. This bowl is going to be an overload of vitamin C for our immune system, and fiber. Lots of iron and calcium from the tofu. So let me show you what this looks like. See how pretty that is already? Lots of color. So next, we are going to add, I love sweet potatoes. So I roasted some sweet potatoes on the sheet pan. Lots of beta carotene. So we put some there. And I am going to add some beets. So beets are amazing. They can be very messy. So I already buy them ready to go, these baby beets. They're no other ingredient on the label. You need to watch the labels when you buy beets, because some are in jars and they have some added ingredients, maybe sugar. So you definitely want to look at what you're getting. So I'm just going to slice my beets. And did you know that eating beets is really good for athletes? It helps performance. It has some nitrates. Also, beets help fight inflammation. High in fiber, vitamin C. So the studies have shown that if athletes eat beets 2 to 3 hours before competing, they show better performance. So we're adding some beets here. Okay. Again, beets are also high in folate, vitamin C, high in fiber, so they help digestion. So that's our beet added there. This bowl is a beauty. Okay. Next, I'm going to add a seasonal fruit. So you can add fruit if you like, or you can skip it. I'm adding our seasonal peach here. Just going to give a few slices. Okay. So next is our healthy fats. The good old avocado. I love to add avocado to most meals, especially Buddha bowls. So we get lots of heart-healthy fats, lots of fiber. So I'm going to just slice this up right here. I should have had a bigger bowl actually, right? It is overflowing with goodness here. Okay, so I got some avocado there. Next, we haven't even added the tofu. So this is our cooked tofu. It's a little crunchy on the outside, and it has the flavor of the sesame oil. So we're going to add that on there. Oops. Okay. And last, I chose pepita seeds to add on top. So your pumpkin seeds, high in nutrition, lots of vitamins and minerals. So I'm just going to sprinkle a little bit. A lot of heart healthy fats here again. And fiber. So these were raw sunflower seeds. I like to buy them raw so there's no oils or salt. And then I just roasted them in the oven at the same time with the vegetables. So those are our pepita seeds, your sunflower seeds, high protein, about for 1 ounce, 5 grams of protein. So you can see how it's added protein to this bowl, and 5 grams of fiber, high in potassium, and 5 grams of fat, lots of iron, magnesium, manganese. So, you know, lots of vitamins and minerals. And this bowl is super high in potassium, iron, calcium, protein, and fiber. It's delicious, which is the main thing, right? And healthy. So once you get everything cooked and roasted, it's easy just to throw it together. If you want a little bit of a little sauce on top, you can use soy sauce. You can also use light soy sauce. If you want to go gluten-free, you can use coconut aminos. It's very low in sodium, and it's similar tasting to soy sauce, and you can buy that anywhere. And so you can just drizzle this on top if you like. So we'll drizzle a little bit. Okay. And that's your Buddha bowl. So we got all of it. You can see I probably needed a bigger bowl. But so it's a good way to prep your food on the weekend, and then you can create these healthy meals quickly just by throwing it together. You can heat it up or eat it cold, or you can just heat up some of the items. You can heat up the sweet potato and tofu and broccoli, and then just add in the cold items. So you can do what you want, but it's definitely a way to get in at least 2 cups of vegetables at lunch and dinner, so you can see the variety as well, and you're going to get a lot of vitamins and minerals. It's going to be filling, lots of protein and fiber, and that is the Buddha bowl. So I will have the recipe posted later on YouTube for you if you like to try it at home. There's a lot of varieties. But it's super simple, and that's the key. We want things quick, so if you just do a little prepping of all the ingredients one day, you can make extra for 3-4 days, and the kids love it because they can assemble what they want to put on their bootable, so they can have fun with that as well. And it's a good way to add a meatless meal into your diet, maybe meatless Monday, or just if you need a variety. And to pull out some animal products. So that's about it today. I hope you guys enjoyed the YouTube. I will be back on Tuesday with a nutrition topic for Topic Tuesday, and then I'll be back on Friday with another cooking demo. And one last thing, I do get a lot of questions about soy and the myths around soy use and if they cause cancer, and that is a huge myth. So there's a lot of studies that have shown that soy can help fight certain cancers, like hormonal dependent cancers like prostate cancer and breast cancer. So it's definitely a product, a vegetarian protein source that you can use in your diet. Okay, that's it. And then I'm going to say goodbye. You guys have a great weekend, and I will see you next Tuesday.